Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new limited edition kangaroo leather Adidas Predator Instinct as part of the Pure Leather pack. Now inside the box they do include a string bag. The string bag is black in color with gold strings, as you guys can see. On the front of the bag you're going to find the leather symbol with a gold outline, and then your 3 Adidas stripes in black as well. On the back of the bag you're going to find a metallic gold Adidas logo, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, all you're going to find inside the box are the shoes themselves, as you guys can see. So we'll get these out of the box really quickly and take a closer look at this very interesting release from Adidas. Now this is of course one of 3 shoes that were part of the Pure Leather pack, this one being the Predator Instinct of course. And essentially what the Pure Leather pack is all about is not necessarily bringing us a kangaroo leather version of the Predator Instinct, the Nitrocharge 1.0, or the F50 Adizero, which are the 3 shoes included, but more or less a kangaroo leather variant of said shoes, because as you guys can see, while it does feature the Predator Instinct base, this shoe is far from a kangaroo leather version of the Predator Instinct, which of course we'll talk about in today's video. Now this is significant because this is the first kangaroo leather Predator model that we've seen since the Adidas Predator Power Swerve, which was quite a while ago now. And again, this is not necessarily a true Predator, but it is something that is nice to see. It's just unfortunate that it was such a limited edition release. These were limited to 500 pairs worldwide. That goes for the Nitrocharge and the F50 as well, so they made 500 of each model. So very difficult to get a hold of. I'm really thankful I was able to snag a pair. And as you guys are watching this video, if you didn't buy them the day that they became available, unfortunately you missed out. Like I said, only 500 pairs worldwide. They tend to sell out very, very quickly. If you guys don't want to miss out on releases like this, I suggest following me on the SR4U Facebook fan page or signing up for my email list where I send out these kinds of things whenever they become available. So links to all of that is down below in the description if you want to check it out. And in today's video, we're just going to go over all the details on this kangaroo leather variant of the Predator Instinct, talk about the details, talk about the leather itself, the quality of the shoe, of course how these things fit and feel. We'll do a quick weigh-in and basically just talk about everything you could possibly want to know about this brand new release from Adidas. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. To start things off, let's talk about the colorway and the overall visuals of the Pure Leather Predator Instinct. Now visually, Adidas has kept things very, very simple, not just with the Predator Instinct, but with the entire Pure Leather pack, going with a pretty much all over black kangaroo leather upper, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. The kangaroo leather itself is soft, it's got that nice kind of shiny finish to it, and it just feels and looks very, very premium. It's a luxurious shoe if I've ever seen one, and again, I'm just really, really happy with how they look as a final product. Now, of course, the upper does not feature any of the same rubberized lethal zones that you would normally find on a pair of Predator Instincts. And just to give you guys a side-by-side comparison, here is a regular pair of Predator Instincts. What they did do instead is in the actual leather itself, they've incorporated a stitching pattern that I would argue is more decorative than effective, that kind of mimics the actual rubber elements themselves, kind of the angles that they flow on the upper, as you guys can see. It's pretty cool side by side. And again, they weren't necessarily going for something that was super geared towards performance, more so something that was going to look very good, feel luxurious on your feet, and be more of a collector's item rather than something that a lot of people are actually going to wear, especially considering there's only 500 pairs worldwide. A lot of people who pick these up, some will wear them, a lot of people will just kind of collect them, and that's what I think Adidas was going for with this particular pack. So you can see it does have the off-centered lacing system like you would find on a normal pair of Predator Instincts. The only difference here in the lacing system is you're going to find these little triangular cutouts here of a suede-like material, and the laces actually bump out a little bit, this last lace hole. So it's a little bit more dense as far as the lacing system is concerned. Something that I really like. Would have liked to have seen something like this on the regular Predator Instinct, but that is just a unique aspect of the shoe. You can see how have more of that suede material right here, and it actually does say K leather where the kind of laces flow under the tongue, which I think is a nice little touch. You do have your Adidas branding there embroidered in black. The laces are black in color, obviously. The heel liner is a perforated synthetic leather, which looks really, really good, kind of matches the rest of the shoe. And then moving on to the sole plate, it is of course majority black. The little rim around the outside is black in color as well. And of course you have those white stripes, which look a little bit different in person than I was honestly expecting. Online they definitely look to be a pure white, whereas in person it's more of like an off-white color, which I really like. It has that slightly yellowish tinge to it, if that makes any sense. And they've actually printed it on or painted it on the upper in the form of this kind of sandpaper like texturing. Hopefully you guys can see the texturing on camera. You should be able to. But again, just a really nice finish. And of course those Adidas stripes flow directly into the sole plate. And then the back heel studs are also that off-white color, which to me just looks really good. So side by side, it definitely has the same branding, just a little bit more simple and more plain, being that it is black on black. As far as other detailing on the shoe is concerned, on the back, in place of where it would normally say Predator, they've put on this kind of embossed gold detailing here. This is actually the symbol for leather, for those that are wondering, and that's why it's incorporated on the back of the shoe, being that this is the pure leather pack. And then the only other detail you're going to find on the shoe itself is actually in the insole, which I've already removed, and it is really nice. You can see that it says right here in the heel, Predator Limited K-Leather Edition, your Adidas branding. It's a nice metallic gold color to match the gold detailing on the back of the heel. It's got these kind of micro perforations all throughout, stitching around the edges, also gold in color. You can see it kind of goes right through on the bottom as well. And then of course the insole itself, which is not the standard Predator Instinct insole, but more of just a standard thin black foam material. Again, no complaints, it's more of a collector's piece, and as far as step and comfort is concerned, if you do plan on wearing these, should you have gotten your hands on a pair, it's definitely a very wearable and capable insole as far as performance is concerned. So that's pretty much it as far as the visuals of the shoe are concerned. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. I'm personally a big fan. I would have liked to have seen a kangaroo leather upper with the actual Predator elements, but of course, we can't have everything. But again, leave your opinions down below in the comments. I'd be curious to hear what they are. And next we'll move on to the tech specs and to learn a little bit more about the overall performance of the kangaroo leather Predator Instinct. As far as performance is concerned, there's honestly not a lot to talk about here. Simple is what they were going for, and simple is exactly what they've achieved with the entire pure leather pack, the Predator Instinct in particular. So again, in place of the hybrid touch synthetic upper that you would normally get on a pair of Predator Instincts, you get an all-over kangaroo leather upper, and the quality of the kangaroo leather is really nice. It is pretty much on par with what you would find from a Copa Mundial. It's a little bit thicker than I was honestly expecting, which is by no means a bad thing. And again, it just oozes quality. It's extremely soft to the touch. And again, it just has that very luxurious feel about it, both in hand as well as on feet. So if you like the feel of premium, all over kangaroo leather with perhaps the shape and styling of a Predator Instinct, then this is definitely the shoe for you. Again, should you have been able to get your hands on a pair. Off-center lacing system, of course, it does not have any of the rubberized Predator elements, which is a bit of a letdown. It would have been really cool to see the Predator elements incorporated on this particular shoe in one way or another. But of course, Adidas opted not to do that, which kind of makes this an unofficial Predator to a certain extent. I definitely can't argue with that. But nonetheless, if you're looking for a very simple, very clean looking all over kangaroo leather shoe, I think it's hard to deny that Adidas did a really good job with this particular release. It does have the same cut in the heel, the internal plastic heel counter, as you guys can hear. The actual lining on the inside, like I mentioned earlier, is a perforated synthetic leather material. You guys already saw the removable insole itself. The one difference here from the pure leather versions to the regular Predator Instinct is you're not going to find the reverse side Velcro there on the inside of the heel liner or on the underside of the tongue, which is a bit of a letdown, but I can understand why they didn't do that on this particular shoe. And then moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern, this is one element of the Predator Instinct that has not changed with the pure leather variation. Exact same sole plate, exact same stud pattern. So performance wise, again, it's going to be exactly the same in the traction and kind of underfoot feel department. So definitely not my personal favorite stud pattern out there, but it definitely does get the job done on firm natural grass playing surfaces. So I can't really complain about it too much. And again, just a really well executed shoe if you ask me. Could they have done a little bit more? Yes. But as a whole, the final product to me just oozes quality, and that's really what I think this collection was all about. That's why Adidas only made 500 pairs. It'd be nice to see this to be a more mass-produced shoe, perhaps in the future. I highly doubt it, but nonetheless, really happy with the quality. And again, performance-wise, there's nothing surprising here. It's a simple kangaroo leather upper all over your entire foot, with, of course, the base of a Predator Instinct. So if that's what you're looking for, there's nothing not to like about this particular shoe. As far as weight is concerned, I thought it'd be fun to to weigh in both the pure leather and standard versions of the Predator Instinct side by side just to see what the actual weight difference is, or if there is any weight difference at all. So what I have here is the regular Predator Instinct, the pure leather variation, both in brand new condition and both in the same size 9 US. We'll start off with the regular version of the Predator, throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 9.5 ounces. So remember that number. We'll pull it off the scale, we'll throw on the pure leather version, and you can see that these guys weigh in at slightly more, 10 ounces. So there's a half an ounce weight difference between both of these two shoes, with the pure leather model being ever so slightly heavier. It's not necessarily something that you're going to notice in hand or on feet, but of course it is half an ounce. Some people will make a big deal out of it, but for me personally, that is pretty much a meaningless amount of weight as far as difference is concerned. And this really goes to show that a kangaroo leather Predator is definitely a viable option, especially since they got away from the Predator LZ1 and 2, as well as the Adi Power, which were significantly lighter shoes. If they're going to go in the direction of making a shoe that is 9 ounces or more, there's really no excuse to not use a natural leather or even kangaroo leather and give us a leather Predator again with those rubber Predator elements. I think there definitely is a demand for that. People would buy it. People would go nuts if Adidas released something like that. I'm not sure it's ever going to happen again, but again, there definitely is a demand for it, and I'd be excited about it. I'm sure a lot of you guys would be as well. Leave your opinions on that down below in the comment section. But again, as far as weight is concerned, while this doesn't have the Predator elements, it does still weigh half an ounce more, but of course, you're getting a significantly thicker and significantly higher quality all over natural kangaroo leather upper versus the very thin hybrid touch that you're going to find on a regular Predator Instinct. So at 10 ounces, I'm actually a little bit impressed, and they are lighter than I expected them to be. All right, so here's a look at the pure leather Predator Instincts on feet, and I have to say I'm really happy with how these things fit and feel. Yes, it shares the same base as a regular pair of Predator Instincts, but because the upper is completely different, the shoe pretty much feels like a completely different shoe altogether. As far as the upper goes, it's soft. It feels really nice. It's flexible, and they're just super comfortable from right out of the box. Unlike the regular Predator Instinct, which is also a very comfortable shoe, this shoe is much more padded, and it doesn't have that same restrictive sensation because you don't, of course, have those rubber elements that won't stretch across the entire upper. Again, it's not really a Predator because it doesn't have those rubberized elements, but as a very modern take on a classic, traditional, all-over kangaroo leather soccer shoe, these things feel absolutely incredible. Really happy with them, and I really do wish that Adidas made more than just 500 pairs so more people would have the opportunity to try these out, because I really do think they would sell even if it doesn't have those rubber elements on the upper. As far as the width of the shoe is concerned, because it is kangaroo leather, it will stretch pretty much across the entire foot. It does have a nice snug fit from right out of the box, but is not a narrow shoe by any means. I think this is one of those shoes that would fit 99% of people out there, especially considering it is soft leather. So again, after some wear time, I'm very confident that these will stretch pretty much all over across the entire foot. So if you did manage to get your hands on a pair of these, like I said, they should fit you quite comfortably pretty much from right out of the box. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and again, the fit and the length is absolutely perfect because it does have that same base as the regular Predator Instinct, which also runs true to size. It shouldn't be too big of a surprise that these also run true to size, just like the regular version of the Predator. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of the video is concerned, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the kangaroo leather Predator Instinct. Really happy with the overall quality of the shoe. The all-over kangaroo leather to me just looks and feels absolutely incredible. Only 500 pairs worldwide, which is really the only downside. I really wish that this would have been a mass-produced shoe so more people could get their hands on them. But again, Adidas chose to keep it limited, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, just really happy with the quality of the Predator Instinct, and look out for the rest of the pure leather pack to go up in video form over the next week or so. If you guys want to check out the review page on my website, there's not going to be a full written review or anything like that, but you can check out the high quality images. That'll give you a better idea as to how these things actually do look in person. I took the pictures myself, just close up of little details that you won't find in the online stock photo. So check it out if you're interested. And if there are any pure leather shoes available, I will have links on that page as well. So again, first link down below in the description. Go ahead and check it out if you're interested in more details, or perhaps getting a pair for yourself if you are feeling a little bit lucky. Other than that though, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave that down below in the comment section, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Let me know down below in the comments. You guys want to see the F50 Adi Zero or the Nitro Charge Pure Leather shoe next? Just out of curiosity, whichever one gets the most votes, I guess, is the one that I will post next. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.